One, two, three, go. Hello. Welcome to Needles at the Ready. I'm Kevin.
I'm right. I was just waiting for you to, is this official?
It's official. We're currently going. It's been a process getting set up today. I kept thinking the iPad was crooked. He did not. We have now resolved the issue, and we're ready to record.
We are, and we've turned on grid lines, so it's a little distracting for me, but it's okay, because it's going right here.
It's right
here.
down your eye.
Yeah.
It's like in the center of your eye. But
So I'll stay in this box.
So welcome. Today is Saturday, March 4th. This is episode 81 of our YouTube podcast where we talk about knitting, yarn dyeing, crocheting,
Needle felting, whatever crafty
fibery stuff.
Things that fly into our bags, which I will say today is going to probably be a long one. I don't know if I've ever said that. I think I've always said the opposite. However, I don't know what the hell got into us. We have a million projects.
We do. Yeah, there's a lot. I have 2 FOs and like 5 or 6 whips.
I have 3 FOs and 5 whips.
And yes, and we have... You know what? Let's start off by talking about the things we forgot to talk about last episode.
Okay, because I feel like there was quite a few.
There were 2 things that I know of. So
2 things.
We made another purchase at Vogue Knitting Live. If you could grab it. Do you have it?
No, I forgot again.
I have it. So,
this is actually a funny story.
This is actually really funny. So, when we were at Vogue Knitting Live, we've talked about this vendor before. Long Island Yarn and Farm was there. So, we initially saw them at at New England Sheep and Wool.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts in November.
Speaking of, I need some.
I put some on before,
you
could use some. And we bought some products from them. We bought a body butter and a hand salve, which we love. It's pretty much the only thing that we use now.
Yeah.
So we were there, and we knew they were going to be there and knew we were going to make an additional purchase.
Because we needed to get a refill. Let me go grab the other one.
Okay. So... I grabbed a hand salve, I think a body butter, and we bought like a lippy too, because I like their lippy. And as I was checking, and I checked out, and the woman who checked me out gave me this beautiful bag, as you can see, right? And Kim said, "Kevin, are you stealing?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "No." But then one of the owners was like, "Oh my God, I thought he actually was stealing." And then she was like, "Oh wait, I remember you." So here's what we got from them. And honestly...
We'll have this link down below again. We did link it the other day. Or not the other day. Last time we showed this when we did New England. But let me just show you, we legit use this stuff. It's almost all gone. Which is why we wanted to get... more when we were...
Yes. So we got some more. This is their Shepherdess body butter. Honey almond.
It's so good.
Also have it in coconut.
Yeah. I think those are the only two flavors. No?
They have, I think, 4 flavors. So I think...
Oh, I won't be speaking anymore.
Maybe an unscented, and they have a florally one.
Oh, you're right.
And then hand salve, we got the coconut. We both have honey almond, which I use. It's great for your cuticles.
Yes.
Oh, that smells lovely. I love the coconut smell.
Me too.
And then we got a lippy, which is downstairs.
Oh,
and then we got a honey almond soap. And it really is. We love this.
Oh, we totally do.
Every night before bed, put some of this on my hands when I get into bed. While I'm reading, it could soak in. I use the salve on my cuticles a lot because they get dried out from yarn dyeing. So love these products.
So this is the first year... So I struggle definitely with dry skin on my hands, especially in the wintertime. And then subconsciously, you start picking at them or doing all those weird things. This is the first year that I don't have that problem. And I think it's probably because putting this stuff on.
Yeah, I use it every day.
We are not, it's not a paid promotion. We are not.
No, literally love the product.
Love the product.
So check them out. And then we also forgot to talk about your Valentine's Day gift.
Oh, we forgot to talk about my Valentine's Day gift. So for all of you OGs out there, guess what I got? I have to get up again. I shouldn't have chosen. So it's going to be a long podcast. I'm very comfortable in sweats and stuff. Okay, so no judgment there. So, okay, guys. This was my Valentine's Day present. Do you see it? I got a chainsaw. Yes, I did. I've been waiting to open it. I don't have anything to saw down yet. But I have a list of things now.
Good.
Mm-hmm. So this is a 10-incher, I think.
Yes.
Yep. It's battery powered, so I can just kind of walk around the block and help some people if I needed to. But so thank you very much. Kevin got me the chainsaw finally. Okay. Isn't that the best Valentine's Day gift ever? So it's been sitting up here in the office.
And so we podcasted.
Yeah. We forgot to show it last time.
And I think that's all.
If you were to see this floor right now, you would die.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I think that's all we forgot to discuss from last time.
Right. I think so too.
Okay.
This stuff is so good.
Let's get back to your regularly scheduled program. We now talk about what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. Not much, actually.
No, we let's work. We can work backwards. So last night we did a little cast-on party hangout with our friend Kate from Knitting Posse, whom we love so much. We got some Chinese food, hung out. She made some cookies. We had some cookies and ice cream.
Yep.
And we cast on some really fun projects, which we'll show.
Yeah, we'll show.
But it was nice
later.
to just like sit and like hang out, you know?
Yeah.
And knit.
It's been really fun to do that with them lately.
I know.
You know, it's our, second time within the past like 2 months of getting together. Just
so now we have to have them over here.
Yes, we'll have to.
So you guys can come on over here. And it was like 5 hours. Next thing you know, it was like 10:30. We're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was a
nice.
very good time.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then...
Yeah, what else have we done?
I think the week... So at work, we had our regulatory visit from the Joint Commission for those of you in healthcare. This is like one of those regulatory bodies that have to come and do a survey and make sure that we're doing everything that we say what we're supposed to be doing. That went very, very well, but the week obviously has been very stressful, especially as a manager. Like I got to make sure, everything is in line. So there were some late days and really not much else. Like I got home and just kind of tired and vegged, and which is why I picked up so many different projects because I couldn't stay focused.
Yeah, this week was, we were kind of talking about it yesterday, I guess. This week was just a hard week. This past week.
Yeah.
It was my dad's birthday.
Right.
Which it'd be 7 years next month since he passed. So that's always like a tough time of the year, this stretch. We both been slightly like Tarquin triggered the past like week.
Or
more.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't go away. It's
no,
just,
of course.
It's just the emotions were more in the front of our minds this past like week and a half. So that was that. We've watched. No, that's not part of what we talk about now.
But we did watch some stuff, and then we've got some a new. It's not a podcast, but a new YouTube.
I forgot it downstairs.
You did? Okay, that's all right. Well, I'll go grab it. We have so many things to show. So I hope you all have a bevy because it's going to be a while. And put on some slippers and comfortable clothes.
Last weekend we went to Knit New Haven. Going Gnome was there doing a trunk show. So they did a class and a trunk show. We waited till the class ended and we headed up there around like 11:30ish and got to see them again, which is always lovely. We've run into them like a bunch of times now because we go to everything that they're at.
They're so nice. They're sisters. They're so nice.
Yeah.
And we found, I think we talked about this, but we found a pizza place, a new pizza place in Stratford that is absolutely divine.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, oh, I bet you guys got some Haven hot chicken while you were right across the street. We didn't. Don't tell them. We ended up coming back to Stratford and getting this pizza. It's a place called The Parlor, and they do individual like 12-inch style pizzas, thin crust.
Brick oven.
Yeah. Oh,
delicious.
So good.
Delicious.
So we got 3 pizzas, and we had lunch and dinner that day.
Yes.
So that was nice. And then
I think that's kind of it.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of like we chilled.
All right.
Totes.
So we have admin-y stuff. I think we only have 2 things.
Okay, so we had a giveaway on the last podcast to give away Caleb's Stash app. It's called Yarn Store, It's currently only for iOS, so Apple iPhone and iPad users. And he was so generous, he gave us 5 codes to give away, and we had a little prompt on the last video.
Here's the app.
Yep. We had a little prompt on the last video to choose 5 winners, and he's going to be giving you a code so that you can get the app for free. I think it's otherwise like $5.
It's $5. So, and it's really convenient if you are not a Ravelry user, if you are unable to use it and you decide that you want to track your stash.
Yeah.
And you are a iOS user, this is a good alternative to Ravelry.
Correct.
All right, so this is actually a little bit of a part 2 because we've done something we've never done before.
We're going to have to edit something.
We've stopped the video.
Totally.
Because we needed to talk about this. So.
We don't talk about what we're going to talk about. Ever.
So.
It was nice to have a conversation with you, though. It was really good.
So, we, in the last episode, mentioned that we were doing a giveaway for the Yarn Store stash app from Caleb from Drowning in Yarn.
Yes.
We picked 5 winners. We are going to say their first name and the initial of their last name. We'll contact you guys on YouTube as well. We just need you to email us your email address. We'll forward that to Caleb, and he's going to send you a code to download the app for free.
That was much more eloquently put than I had put it before.
Thank you.
So, you're welcome.
So, you're going to see a little skipping in the video because I'm going to have to, cut some out and paste this one in or something.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Neither do I. Okay, so we have 5 winners. Do what Kevin said. So, the first winner is Mary G. Did you let them know that we're going to contact them via YouTube? Did you just say that?
I think I did.
Okay.
I don't know, though.
We'll contact you via YouTube, and if you hear your name and you're unsure, just email us. Whatever Kevin said. I don't know.
So professional.
Number 1 is Mary G. Number 2, in no particular order, is Connie S. Should I read their comments as well so that they kind of know it's them? Okay. Number 3 is Lois C. Number 4 is Susie P. And number 5 is not a name. It's Rodin and F.
No, Rodin and Fields.
Rodin and Fields. That's okay.
That's not their government-issued name.
Well, we don't know. People could be lying about their names.
That's actually...
Okay, so all 5 of you, if you followed along to what Kevin was saying and how we choose our winners this time around, do that.
All right.
Thank you for entering. It was really nice. We love being able to do this, and we're gonna have a giveaway on this podcast as well. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll mention that when we go through acquisitions, I guess.
That or FOs.
Okay, FOs. All
okay.
Right. And then the last thing before we get into the knitting that I wanted to mention was, so last week or the last episode, I had shared a story of something that happened at VKL. Not with the intention of, I didn't have any intention with sharing the story. It was just to share, part of the experience. Just be like, hey, this is what happened. And the amount of support and comments that came in was
incredible.
Incredible. I don't want to say overwhelming because that's not the right word. But what was really cool about it was to hear other people's stories of maybe some poor experiences they've had and how they've handled it, or maybe some advice that they received, or, where family members or friends took it upon themselves to educate themselves on topics so that they understood another loved one in their life.
And it actually sparked some good conversation. We had a conversation with a group of our friends, and some people were asking, how would they be an ally for you? How could they respond? So it was cool to have those conversations.
It just sparked a lot of good stuff. And we were contacted by Vogue Knitting Live, and they apologized for the experience. And I've spoke with 2 people.
Yeah.
I spoke to one person, and then another one reached out, and we messaged a little bit back and forth. So I just want to thank the people from Vogue Knitting Live to reach out, because I didn't expect something like that to happen. So,
and you know, kudos to them. They really live by their values.
Yes.
It was very important for them to create a safe space for everybody. And so, you know, one of the lessons is just that if something like that does happen, you just, you know, seek out some help. Because they don't want to have that person, whomever is causing somebody else to feel that way, to continue to do that to other people or to be part of that. So I thought it was really nice conversation. It was a really nice outpouring of support for you guys, even though we're okay.
Right.
But it was nice to hear your stories, like Kevin was saying, and to share, to be able to share that too. So
now we're on to the knitting.
Woo!
All right.
I was going to say 4 minutes into it, but I don't even know what we
I know.
cut
I don't
out.
know how long we...
Nor do I.
So... We'll see.
We'll
and
see.
Who knows? If it's really crappy, we'll just do it again tomorrow.
Oh, God.
I know, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about some FOs.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
I have one. Let's see what bag it was living in. I think this bag.
Oh, I didn't save my bags.
All right, so this was living in bag from Bearded Pearl. It's almost time to put this away for the season.
I know. We did have a snow.
We did. Our first
first
accumulation.
I know. It was so weird. And it was only like 5 or 6 inches.
All right, so I believe I had this cast on. I did, because I cast this on at Kim's house. So I finished my hat. Favorites. My Snow Globe hat by Tin Can Knits. Oops.
Oh, do you want me to show the patterns? I have them all up.
So here is the Snow Globe hat. I was knitting it out of Brooklyn Tweed Arbor. This is their DK 4-ply. Or no, I lied. That's a 3-ply worsted spun. So they come in 50-gram balls. It's 145 yards. This is the colorway Spruce. Here it is. It's a nice like gray-green. And here is...
This is so lovely.
My finished hat.
It's such a good pattern. That's the second one you made, obviously.
Yeah, so if you guys remember, the first one I made did not fit. It was too small. I had made the first time around, I think I made like a medium. So I did the adult small, actually, the first time, which fit the circumference of 21.5 inches. That was too small for me, so I went up to the adult large, and it fits a head of 23 inches around. And you use a US 4 3.5 millimeter and a US 6 4 millimeter. So super fun. I love the way it fits. I love this yarn. I use this yarn often for hats.
Yeah.
It's perfect for cables and it looks beautiful in ribbing.
Did you say what it was?
Yeah, Brooklyn Tweed Arbor. Okay. And yeah, so love it. Fits really, really well.
Yeah, I love it too. The color is fantastic.
What I actually love about the hat, so in between your cables, you have ribbing.
Yeah, it's really clever.
So it makes this a really stretchy hat. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really have, for me, a slouch factor for it. It's more of a beanie, almost, I would say. But love it.
Yeah.
I would totally knit more. I think this would be a good gift knit. The cable is easy. Because of the yarn, I was able to do it without the cable needle, and it's a 16 row repeat, and you have to cable-ish.
Oh my gosh.
4 of those 16 rows. So it's not that bad of a cable.
Yeah, I would love to knit that. I think that would look really good in like a lighter color too.
Yeah, I actually have some other yarn that I may use for it. I bought, the first one was knit out of Ella Ray tweed, Eco Tweed. Mm-hmm. I do have the Kelborn Woolens Lucky Tweed, and I think that would look really good in this pattern.
Oh yeah, totally would.
I have a lighter color
of
it, like I think it's almost like a baby blue, and I think that would look good on this hat.
Totally.
For a gift. I don't know if I would wear the light blue for myself. Mm-hmm. Maybe. But I think it would be a good gift net. So that is FO number 1.
Nice. Well, you've already given one away.
I did give the
it is
other
a good
one to
gift
Kate.
Yeah. This hat is not an FO. It's the Sockhead Slouch by Kelly McClure. It's my favorite hat of all time. I decided to wear it today. That's all. I finished my socks. I was really close to last time to have finished them. So you definitely saw one. but I did finish both.
Very nice.
Yeah. So this is the I basically followed my vanilla recipe for my socks, and you can find these on my recipe on Ravelry. But I did a little bit longer of a cuff. I think I did 20 rows of a cuff, 2x2. I cast on with a twisted German cast on. I had a little bit of I think we might have talked about this in the last podcast. I where I was going to put the heel, I put it a little bit too low. So I just raised it up a little bit and shortened the leg and cut in the heel. So this is the vanilla sock recipe with the exception of the heel itself. So the heel I chose was the umbrella heel. And this is from the Umbrella Socks pattern by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. It's a very simple... I think this pattern is toe up, but you can definitely customize it for cuff down. But this pattern has the umbrella heel as well as the umbrella toe. And I'll show you on mine. It's kind of a little bit hard to see, but you can see there, it kind of does look like an umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
And the decreases are very similar to like hat decreases. It's the same amount of decreases that you would do in like an afterthought, but it's just spaced out differently. And it actually fits my heel very, very well. I don't know if you guys can see where my decreases are. So it kind of looks like a hat. I did have a little bit. They're matched as best as possible. I'm not sure what happened, but I had.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, it's okay. You're not. I don't understand either. So there's a little bit of a difference at the bottom, very, very minor. But other than that, they match. They match perfectly.
And I don't know anybody's gonna be looking at your heel.
I mean, I do get asked all the time. Can I see the bottom of your heel? It's one of those things. So I do. I like the heel a lot. It's definitely deeper, which fits my foot very, very well. And I'm very excited. The yarn I used is Desert Vista Dye Works in her Viso base. It's a sock weight, 462 yards, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. The colorway is Nurses Are Superheroes. And Kevin got this for me, I think 2 years ago. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
So I'm excited I haven't worn these yet. I'm very excited to wear them. I think that they're going to be very comfortable. And I love the stripes. The contrast I used is just an undyed skein of Kevin's Superwash.
It's the same base as that.
Yeah, 75-25. I think we call that the Atlas.
No.
Achilles is the base. So I'm really excited to now wear these and put these into my collection.
Great job.
Yeah. So that's FO number 1. That's my only knitted FO.
All right. I have one more FO.
You sure do.
So I had a conversation with myself last week.
And you said self?
I looked myself in the mirror and said, self, you have too many whips. And then I cast on a bunch this week.
I think that's blasphemy.
So I was just like going through bags. I was kind of in that mood where I didn't know what I wanted to knit. Nothing that I was working on was appealing to me. So I went through my whip bags and I found this and totally forgot that it was in a bag. I don't know why I didn't finish it. So this is living in my Lila Styles bag.
I love this bag.
It's one of these.
The style is really cool.
Actually, it goes this way. Right. And I was knitting this out of, I want to say, all right, so spun right round in the pines. This is a 100% superwash merino, 438 yards for 100 grams. And I knit a modified sock head slouch. I don't like mine as long. This is actually quite short.
Oh, wait, you know what? Here.
So if you, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
This is not a slouch hat by any means.
I definitely am a slouch hat wearer.
Right, so, I mean, it's got a little, no, it's more beanie style. See?
Yeah, it's very cute. It's got a little bit of a slouch in the back.
So, super comfy. I also use a different size needle. So I was using my Addies.
I'll put that back on.
This is, I think I do a... So this is a US 1 No, that's a lie. This is a 2.25 millimeter, so it is a US one.
US one, yeah.
US one, 2.25 millimeter, which I believe.
So that's probably why you got such a small hat, because usually this is for a 3 millimeter.
Yeah.
US 2.5. The pattern. Oh, sorry guys. This is the sockhead hat by Kelly McClure.
Is it a 2.
It's a free pattern.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 2.75 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah. I have knit one before in. What yarn was that? Oh my gosh, Savvy Skeins. In my Savvy Skeins, I have that in Rusted Wagon Wheel. Rusted Wagon Wheel.
That's a fun color.
And I went with the 3, and I went with the pattern, and it was just too big for me. So when I knit these now, I go down a needle size, and it gives me a little bit of a better fit. I also only do about 3 inches, I think, of ribbing instead of the 4. I typically knit 7 inches before I start decreasing. I think this was a little bit shorter. So I may gift this. Over the holidays this year, we had a bunch of hats in a little bin, and people were able to take it. So I think I'm going to throw this in that bin. Oh, looks good on you, though. I know, but I have 2 more skeins of this anyways. Oh, okay. So I could make another one if I need to.
It's a really nice color.
But, yeah, I like that as a good, like, if you don't know what to knit and you want to use some sock yarn, I think that's a really good way to just kind of use them up.
And we do the medium size. Did you say that?
Oh, no. Medium size, which is 144 stitch cast on.
Yep. And that's what I do for mine too.
And those are my FOs.
Lovely. My next 2 FOs are not knitting, but do you guys see them?
Oh, it's like...
I put them there already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when we went to Going Gnome, you guys know that I love the needle felting. I think it's so much fun, and I had purchased quite a few kits, and I hadn't done one in a little while, so seeing them kind of inspired me, and then we were talking about some things, and we wanted to get a kit for all of you as well, not all of you, but for one of you. And so, so I'm part of their mystery club, which is really fun. They send out a new kit every 4 months, I think. So you get a total, or every 3 months, you get a total of 4 kits. And then there's like a bonus kit, I think, at the end. I've knit a few things. Well, you've felted. Felted. I felted one other thing as part of the mystery club, and that's this guy. He's my my shrew. Do you remember him?
Yeah, you didn't do something else?
Super cute. Not from the club. Okay. Because I have the other one downstairs. So the next one that I did, which is actually the 3rd installment of the club, I showed this. I don't know if it's really recently. Maybe it was the last podcast or the one before, but this was the blue-footed booby, and I did get confirmation that it is a booby. And I did post these on Instagram, so you might be seeing this twice. But this is the blue-faced booby as part of their Mystery Kit Club 2022. I think they'll be doing one this year as well. I'm not sure what it's going to be, though. It'll be a mystery. And then this is them.
He's cute.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah.
I did the little feathers. I probably could have done a little bit better. But everybody, they all have their own little personalities. And it looks like this is a real bird. Not this, but the blue-faced booby is a real bird. He or she, they, I think I took a picture or a screenshot because I thought it was absolutely... I did. Look it. I mean, he's kind of cute. Look at his little feet. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. So I did that one. And this took a little bit of time because there's a wire piece for the feet. You kind of had to shape the wire too. So that was new to me. Yeah. And I just I blended, I kind of blended some colors and stuff to give it a little bit more of a depth.
You should bring it to work and leave it on your desk or something.
I kind of like it up there. Do you not want it out?
No, I'm saying, do you have any at your job?
No, none.
You should.
I have my crochet guys. So anyway, blue-faced booby.
No,
blue-footed booby. Booby. I just want to keep saying the word booby. So
cute,
right?
Yeah.
And that's what his tail is supposed to look like.
It's an interesting tail.
Interesting. Yeah. It's an interesting bird. Very, very fun. So he's going to live up here next to the shrew. And then I thought it would be really nice for the giveaway, especially because we're technically a knitting podcast, to do the knitting gnome. I had purchased this quite a while ago. I think I might have gotten this at... Was this either Rhinebeck or Connecticut Sheep and Wool? Or I might have just bought this online. I can't keep track. So, I did... This is the knitting gnome. And this is how the kits come. It's, you know, they're really clever. They come with everything that you need. I have some leftover
with the
batting.
exception, though, of the styrofoam mat that you need to felt on.
Correct. So, they come with the needles that you need in the kit, the felting needles. And for those of you who don't know, a felting needle
is very sharp.
It's very sharp, number one. Number two, you're probably not going to be able to see... I'm sure you're not going to be able to see this. But it has little, like, tines. You're not going to... Yeah, I don't think you can see that. No. It has, like, little tines in the needle itself to kind of help with the felting process.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just a straight pokey needle. It's got, like, little tines coming off of it. So it comes with that. And then, like, you know, you get... You get all the different colors that you need, and for the gnomes, you get to choose what color you want to have their skin tones. There's different skin tones and all of that fun stuff, and it comes with the directions in here with full pictures too. It does definitely leave some room for creative license, which I really enjoy because I say creative license. But when I make a mistake or something like that, it's just part of the process. And this is probably one of my favorites. Also, what you'll need, too, is a way to attach things, like a glue or glue gun or something. It could just be a craft glue or, you know, whatever, for the eyes for the booby there. And then this is my knitting gnome.
Cute.
Isn't he cute? You have to knit this. So I knit this. There. And I glued his arms. Hello. So I chose a darker skin tone. I really like that. To have like multicultural gnomes. And I added a little bit of the blue to kind of put a little belt on him.
Okay.
Because I didn't know if I was going to have enough of the orange, which I did, but I wanted to add the blue belt as well, just to kind of separate it a little bit more.
Cute.
Yeah, and then what's interesting is, you know, they're all so different. So, like, if you look at this picture, the beard is more like a white and gray.
Yeah.
And then the beard yarn or fiber that I had was a little bit more, had some, like...
It's more of a, it's a darker gray. It's not as silvery as that.
But it has all these like extra, these like little bits of color in there too, which I thought was really cool. So I love his story. I think he looks really fun. It's probably one of my favorites.
Good job.
So that's the knitting gnome. So we purchased one. You can hang out there, my friend. We purchased one for you all too. My goodness, there's stuff everywhere. And so this will be for one of you. And it's a beginner friendly. I found it very easy to follow the directions. The only thing is that you would need to knit this yourself. It comes with the ball of yarn and the 2 knitting needles. I found it actually kind of fun to knit it. If you don't know how to knit, you don't really have to. You could just kind of like wrap it around, and it could be kind of fun for him maybe learning how to knit. You know, or it could be an opportunity for you to learn how to knit.
I didn't think while we were there we should have gotten a styrofoam thing too.
Oh, you know what? We have an extra small one.
Okay.
So we'll send that as well.
Okay. Good.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
So we'll send you the styrofoam pad as well as this guy. You'll only have to provide the glue.
Yes.
So if you're interested in trying needle felting for the very first time, I think this kit is perfect for that. Otherwise, if you just want it, I would say, what should we have as a prompt?
Just include the word gnome in your comment.
Okay. That's it. That's
and
simple.
then you will be entered, and we will draw the winner for next episode.
Great. And we'll have the Going Gnome linked down below. They have really, really fun things.
Yeah.
Well, I still have some kits, and I'll show you. I did make a purchase at Knit New Haven as well for myself. I'll show you the kit afterwards. So use the word gnome in the comments down below if you're interested in getting this kit. Okay?
All right.
So that was that. So it was a lot of fun. It took me a few hours for each one. They're relatively
you
quick.
did both of those in one day.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did them both. I want to say when we got home from Knit New Haven, so last Saturday.
I do have I think I showed you all too, if you remember, but I do have a kit, like a collection of different felting needles. Like I have one that has 5-in-1 for those larger pieces, 3-in-1, 2-in-1, and then the individual ones.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. You can do the whole thing with the needles that are included. So I thought that was really fun, and I'm really excited to give that away, and hopefully I can
Excuse me.
get some of you to cross over to the
felting world.
Feltiverse. And then those are my two FOs.
Okay. So here is the Parade of Whips is about to start, so buckle up.
Buttercup.
We have a lot
Oh yeah,
to
so
go
those
over.
are all of the finished objects.
So
a whip is a work in progress for all of you
Yes.
people who are new.
So I have 3 living in... No, I have 3 in this project bag. This is the bag I got at Vogue Knitting Live. This is my Paradise Island canvas tote,
I have one too.
which I love. All right, so project number 1. This I've actually just been knitting on at work. So at my job, they started a craft group. So we
how
meet
fun.
every other Wednesday. So I've just been kind of doing this there, and if I have some like free time at my desk, I'll work on this a little bit. But this is a self-striping sock by Woolens and Nosh. I don't have the tag with me.
Speaking of Woolens and Nosh,
Yes, please.
stop the video right now after I say what I'm going to say. Woolens and Nosh started a sock club. So she has Michelle over at Woolens and Nosh, self-striping. There's still some left in her shop as of about an hour ago. So go to woolensandnosh.com. She's going to do every month a new skein of self-striping yarn along with a mini in either DK or fingering. Using the fingering is the Targi base, which Kevin's going to show. But really fun. I'm super excited for her. We purchased one last night.
Yes, we decided to do one club.
Yeah.
And then we're going to alternate months.
We broke our rules.
The club colors are exclusive for 1 year.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out. If you like self-striping, we love Michelle's yarn. So this is 90% Targi, 10% nylon, superwash. This is the colorway called Day Hike.
I believe this so much.
So I just love the colors. This is, the stripes are pretty even throughout it. I think they're all about 5, maybe 6 rows. So I put in my stitch markers. I'll do my afterthought here in the middle of this brown. And I think I'm going to use this and do another spirally type of
Heel?
heel.
Why don't
for
you
it.
try the umbrella heel?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what I'm going to do.
It fits really well.
So I cast on 64 stitches on a US 2.25 millimeter, which is a 2.25 millimeter, which is a US 1. 64 stitches, a 1x1 twisted rib.
I love that look.
Again, when I hit a color change, I knit my purls until I get back to it and then go back to a 1x1. It gets rid of that little blip. And I knit, I think, about 18 rows. And then just knit like normal. What I will say for socks, if you guys haven't done this, I wore a pair of socks the other day that on the entire sock, with the exception of my foot, the bottom of my foot, I did a 3x1 rib. They look super tiny, but they're incredibly comfortable.
Yeah.
I really recommend doing trying a 3x1 rib for your sock if you haven't done that before.
For like the whole thing, yeah.
For the whole thing, and just see how it fits you. They just like to your foot.
That's a good suggestion for also if you're gifting socks and you don't really necessarily know the circumference of somebody's foot.
Yeah.
That's what determines how many stitches that you would cast on. That's a really good suggestion.
All right, so that was whip number 1. Your turn.
Me?
Yeah, we'll rotate.
Okay. I have a little bit of progress on lots of things.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I have larger projects. So this is project number 1. I'm going to have to probably switch this bag out as well. This is from Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. Laura, did you see her new bag?
No.
She's probably sold out. Her fabric, she has
Let's go to Etsy now.
Atari games. Really? So it's like Pac-Man and like I think there was Frogger or something like that. It's super fun and looks very like vintage.
Update.
And she had a few last night with the
it's right
wireframe bags.
I'm
sure they're sold out. While Kevin's looking if there's any left. This is the Ivan sweater. I'm knitting this for my father. It's no longer a surprise since I ruined that surprise a while ago. This is the Ivan by Brooklyn Tweed. Veronique Avery is the designer. It's a cardigan with some like tulip sleeves. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the sleeves yet. I have to talk to my dad and see if he wants those 3/4 or if he wants like full sleeves. I'm knitting this out. Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah. Look. And she has them currently in the large.
Okay.
So she has one available right now. This is the medium drawstring, and then of the...
Oh, the wireframe.
The wireframe, too.
Though we're obsessed with the wireframe bags. It's so nice. Okay, so I'm knitting this sweater out of Knit Picks Simply Wool Twist in it's their worsted weight yarn. The color that I'm using is Winkle and Wanda. So it's a really fun like marled yarn. And like I said, I didn't make too much progress. This is knit flat. I'm working on the back panel right now. I think I have a few more inches to go before I start shaping for sleeves. And then we'll see what happens next. So the stitch marker is where I was. Like I said, it wasn't too much. I just did these on knit night, and then I think I did a row or two last night as well. It's been a while since I brought this out.
Yeah.
So the fabric that it's making, I think, is really nice. Kevin knit one out of the same.
I love it.
Base. So it's just straight knitting. I'll bring this out as I make substantial progress. I'm hoping that I can get to where I can start shaping for the sleeves. It's just, it's back and forth knitting and then purling a row. So easy enough to do while you're watching TV or
for sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm knitting this on the recommended needle size. I'm doing the size. Let me see what size I'm doing for him. I have to actually go into here. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th size.
Okay.
And I'm knitting this on the recommended needles, which is a
7.
I think it's a 7. Oops. Let's look. Since I have the needles right here.
I think it's a US 7.
It is. It's a US 7. I think I did a 5 for the ribbing.
Which is a 4.5 millimeter.
Correct. 7 is a 4.5 millimeter. So that's that. We'll see. It's going to be a long-term project. Hopefully I'll get it to him. I'll give myself a year. I'll have that ready for him for his birthday in January next year. Or maybe Christmas. That's that.
So next up is a new cast-on. I cast this on like Wednesday.
Gorgeous.
This is a hat that most of you may have heard of. It is the Oslo hat by Petite Knit.
This is on my list as well.
So I got this yarn at VKL. I need more of it in my life.
Oh no, I'm so jealous.
Guys, this is Mayak Tibetan Cloud. It is 100% wool. It is in the colorway Tulipano.
Oh, good job.
Right?
Yeah.
I just pulled that out of nowhere.
You did.
So this is 100 grams, 3.52 ounces, and it is 328 yards. This is a like sport light DK. In the pattern, they recommend Sansgarn Sunday something. I actually have it downstairs. Sandsgarn Sunday by Sandsgarn, which is like a DK, but it's also held with, I think, 2 strands together throughout the whole thing. The other one was an Arwetta Classic. I'm only using this, and I'm incredibly happy that
It is
I am.
unreal.
So, here is my hat.
The color is great.
So what you do for this hat, it is a paid for pattern. I was saying to Ray, I think I would knit this instead of like a muscle burr. It has that same feel to me where it's just, you're just knitting. There's no purling involved. So it's really mindless. It's a beautiful, this yarn, guys, is gorgeous. I love it. It's super soft. I will probably buy more for another one of these. So it is a double brim hat that actually ends up being 3 layers. Yes, 3 layers. That's correct. So you knit a lot, then you pick up stitches to make your folded brim, and then once it's done, your brim actually folds up again this way. Or it can, if you choose to do so. So it folds up again, so you actually get 3 layers of warmth. And I know some people say that the pattern is a little tricky, or it can be confusing, and it can be. I watched a video really quick just to make sure I was understanding it properly, because you do need to do a German short row once, just one time in the hat, to kind of change the orientation in which you're knitting and the way in which the hat will be worn. If that makes sense, I'm hoping that makes sense. I just don't want to give like the whole pattern away. I am making the large. I measured my head, and I thought the size down could fit, but it may be too tight. And with my snow globe hat, I just didn't want to go through that same issue again. So I figured, let's just make the large and see what happens.
The fabric, it is beautiful.
It is. I can't wait to block this, because everything just changes once it's blocked, and to see what it's like. But
the yarn feels incredible.
I know. And
it's
the
like
lady
magic.
At the counter said, are you sure you want to get yarn, because you'll never want to knit with anything else again? And I would love a sweater out of this one day.
Oh, same.
It's really beautiful to work with.
Yeah, I can't wait. I have some as well. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna marl mine together. I think.
And this is knit on a US 4, so that's a 3.5 millimeter. You don't change needle sizes, 1 needle for the whole thing. So I'll probably finish it this weekend. I've been enjoying knitting on it.
Yeah,
it's a really mindless, fun knit.
Lovely. Speaking of, Kevin had mentioned the Musselburgh hat. Stephen West came out with a new hat that's also like a double layer, and it's called the Basket Weaver hat. I am in love with this hat, and this is definitely going to go on my needles. It's DK. It's super cool. One side is the basket weave. The other side is plain stocking stitch, it looks like. The cool thing about this is in the basket weave pattern, you can see the contrast color, or whatever color that... Why can't I zoom in?
Just tap on the picture and then try to zoom in.
No, it's not letting me. That's okay. You can see the color behind the basket weave.
Yeah, that's
which
fun.
is super fun. So this is $6.
€6.
Euros, Amsterdam money.
What size yarn is in it with?
DK.
DK. Okay.
So that'll go pretty quick.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, if you did a fingering held double in, let's say, like a variegated speckly yarn for the basket weave, and then a solid on the inside, that could look really fun.
But this is great because you use up 2 skeins of DK yarn. And I think I'm really excited. I just saw that yesterday, I think, for the first time on Instagram. It looked really, really cool. So, is it me?
Yep, you're up.
Okay. Next we'll stick with the sweater theme. This is also living in my Paradise Island bag that we got over at Vogue. This is my Dustland sweater. I was really hoping to get a little bit farther with it, but I didn't. This is by Stephen West. I was inspired by the shop sample that we saw over there for at Wool Dreamers, and it was knit in that yarn, and I just absolutely love it. So this is Dustland sweater by Stephen West. It's very, I'm sure you've all seen this, but it's very textured. Thank you. And the yarn I'm using is Wool Dreamers Mota, which is this. Oh, it looks like it's Adam because it's backwards.
Yeah, backwards.
That's
for
so
us.
Funny. It is 230 meters, 252 yards per 100 gram skein. It's 100% Lana Merina and Trifina and Manchega. The story behind this yarn is that this is basically from the Manchega sheep that make that cheese. And it's leftover yarns. It's the yarns that they would just normally dispose of, and this like co-op kind of wanted to save that yarn and see if they could do something with it, or that fiber, and they did. They created this lovely, beautifully soft, but rustic. It's not even rustic. It's super soft.
It's soft. It's kind
it's
of
grippy,
like very tactile.
Yeah.
Right.
What's really neat about this, and I think I mentioned this last time, is that there's two different bases of the same color. So this color is dyed on a gray base, and the other color, the other blue like this, is dyed on a white base. So for this one, you have a little bit of that heathered look. And then this color is 526G.
And that's the gray base.
That's the gray base.
It's kind of like Brooklyn Tweed
yeah,
tones,
a little bit.
like that same concept of
yeah,
color.
Sure. So this is a yoked sweater, knit in the round. I did a tubular cast-on, 2x2 tubular cast-on. I used Andrea Mowry's video to turn a 1x1 tubular cast-on into a 2x2 tubular cast-on. And I'm really happy with it. This is, I didn't put a progress keeper in it, but this is what I have so far. It's probably easier to show from the back end. This is the top of the sweater. You can definitely see the stitch definition.
You've made a lot of progress on it, I feel like.
I don't know where I was last time. I do feel like I knit a bit on it. It's so absolutely squishy.
It's really bouncy.
It's so bouncy. And I think it's gonna maintain its stitch definition.
I can't wait to see what it's going to feel like blocked.
I can't wait to put till I get to my sleeve separation so I can start putting it on a little bit more, just so I can see where the neck is going to fall, because the neck is looks a little bit wide, but it fits well.
I think you'll be okay.
So far. I think I will be too.
I think that's really common with us knitters when we're casting on a sweater. You look at the neck and you're just like, oh, that looks really large, and then you put it on, you're like, oh, it fits.
It fits. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with this. And a few of you had said, depending on, like, you've knit this and sometimes the neck is perfect, sometimes the neck for some of you was a little bit wider, so we'll see. I think with the tubular cast on, it widened it a little bit because the tubular cast on is very stretchy. Had I done just like a long tail cast on, the ribbing probably would have brought it together a little bit more. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know if you could. I was going to say, like, worst case scenario.
Worst case, I can thread some yarn through it and just kind of pull it, like cinch it a little bit. It won't make much of a difference. I was
going to say, or take it out and go down a needle size.
Oh, I did go down a needle size for
or
this.
Then
but
maybe
even
another
more.
one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just to tighten up. Like,
I don't think I'll have the issue, but who knows? So I love this. It's like you've got twisted rib, you've got moss stitch, you have a broken rib. No, not twisted ribs. Slanted rib. I don't know.
Ooh.
So I'm excited.
Excuse me.
To see this knit up. I love the color. It's definitely. I don't own a sweater I don't own a blue sweater.
No, you don't.
But
not
I like
that. Not that tone of blue.
But
or
I
that
like
shade. That gray blue.
And I'm super excited about this yarn. I really cannot say enough about it. I can't believe I've never heard of it before. A lot of you had said that you've used it, and I'm seeing it like everywhere now.
And I think that's one of the fun things for us about going to these fiber events or festivals is that we come across a lot of dyers and vendors that we had never heard of, or maybe we have and we haven't seen them in person.
Yeah.
So that was what, for me, one of the fun things about VKL was seeing, you know, the Moda line, or Wool Dreamers, and seeing like at Haynes House and Kelborn Woolens, their whole line, like things like that. So that's part of the benefit of going to these is being able to touch something and see the color, understand how it feels. Even if you don't make the purchase then, you have some recollection if you want to use it in a project later.
Yeah. So I'm doing the 4th size, which is a 47-inch chest for about 5 or so inches of positive ease for me, which I think will be really good. Currently my chest, I think it's like 42 inches. I have to measure again, but and it's kind of like a worsted weight. I would say it's a worsted gauge. Yeah. For the yarn. It just feels super light.
All right. I'm going to keep on with the sweater theme.
Okay.
So I've made some progress on
Look at how sweater it is.
Ginseng cardigan, which is in the Moon and Turtle magazine from Pom Pom. This, again... Oh, hi, shawl.
It's a beautiful shawl.
Yeah. Is that brioche? So this is a beautiful
book
publication. Yeah. If you can get this, I would highly recommend it. Beautiful sweaters, hats, shawls, and I don't know if there's socks in here. Yes, there are socks. So everything that you need is in this book.
She said, I hope this pops up while you're podcasting.
What?
It's you.
Julia Child.
Oh my gosh.
So.
This will make more sense as we get a little bit closer.
Once we talk about it. All right. So this is knitting in my Hide and Hammer Le Garçon collab bag. Love. I mean, I have a freaking Aran weight sweater in here for the most part. So this did go to timeout after the weekend. But I am ready to attempt it again. I am knitting this out of...
This is gorgeous. You bring this back out.
So geez, that's a lot of sweater.
Totally.
Like, what the heck? So what is in here?
That fit in that bag? That's like a Mary Poppins bag.
It really is.
Yeah.
So I'm knitting this out of Knit Picks.
Your phone does... You need to stop with the vibrations. Change.
Simply Wool Aran. Out of Wanda, Winkle, and Wordsworth. Which one's which? I have no idea. But here we are. There's a needle somewhere. There. There's a needle here too. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? So here is the cardigan.
Kev, it's so good. Oh my gosh.
It is... I'm at the point where I'm picking up... Okay, phone. What are you doing?
It's your BFFs.
I know. All right, so I'm picking up the collar here, right? The collar and the neck. It's actually knit in 2 pieces because I am choosing to do the one with these stripes here. Hi, Kate and Laura. Look, BFFs, iMessage.
It's Kate's birthday today.
Oh, yay. Happy birthday, Kate.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kate. Happy birthday to you. We love you.
So yes, I am doing those stripes. So you actually have to break up what would typically be your button band and your collar.
Yeah.
So I'm knitting from, we'll say here, around to here as one piece. And then I have to pick up on the left side and on the right side separately to complete that band. So anyways, I also did the same detail. I have so many ends and I don't know how to weave them in.
I'll weave them in for you.
No, because it's a double knit. So this was new for me too. The cuff is double knit. So I went with my main color, second color, which is actually quite hard to see. You can see it, but not as much as I would have hoped.
This is going to be super warm.
Third color, second color, main color. And then it is a Kitchener bind off because of the double knit. What I don't like, and I can probably clean it up a bit, and maybe I just don't know much about double knitting in the round. When you double knit, you knit one and you slip your next stitch, and you do that all the way around.
And then you do it a second time, kind of?
Then the next time you slip one and knit one, so you do it in the opposite way. So you always end or start around with a slip stitch, so your yarn's very loose. So you can see I have quite a jog there. If I pull, it tightens it up a little bit. So I have to pull it to kind of close that up some, but I don't know where to weave in my ends because I have a double knit.
Well, you just you weave it there, and then you can just kind of bring the yarn through and hide all your ends inside the double knit. Yeah,
but then I'll have like the white all along here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's in the inside of your sweater.
I know. I just wish it was a little cleaner. That's all.
I'll help clean it up for you.
So yeah, I think
it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
Here's something cool. We were talking about it last night, and I was explaining to Kate. So your pockets are knit in the round. Here's the hole for my pocket, and I have these stitches on hold. So I'm going to pick them up, and I think I pick up these stitches too. And you knit in the round, and you do a 3-needle bind off.
It's really neat.
So the construction of this is really interesting and really fun. And there are some people who are doing sweater knit-alongs and like raglan knit-alongs. This is a raglan, so it will totally work for that. And it knits up super quick. I would think if I gave this all of my focus, I could probably finish it this weekend.
Wow.
Is that going to happen? Maybe not, but it should be done next podcast.
We're dreamers.
I am knitting, actually. I did not knit the suggested size. It's meant to have 8 to 10 inches of positive ease. It's kind of meant to be more of a jacket than a cardigan sweatery type of fitted thing, I would say.
Yeah.
So I would have needed to knit the 4th size, which would have given me a 51.5-inch circumference. I chose not to do that. I measure out a 42-inch chest. I went with the 48 size. So I'll get 6 inches of positive ease, which I think should be more than enough for the way that I want to wear it. I don't foresee me wearing that over another sweater as a jacket. I would wear this as a sweater. It's meant to be worn as a jacket over another sweater in the book. That I wouldn't do, so I went down a size. And let's see what else. It is knit on a US 8 and a US... So 5mm US 8 and a 4mm US 6. There was something else that I said was cool about this, and I don't remember. Oh, the pattern. What I love about the pattern is when it's telling you to repeat around, the way it's worded for some reason, I really love. And it says, repeat rows 1 through 8 a further 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, whatever. And I don't know why, but I really love the wording of that. Instead of saying 6 more times or a total of whatever. I don't know why. I just like the wording of that much better.
Good.
So that is my Jensen cardigan.
It's really nice.
Thanks.
I can't wait to see that done.
Me too.
I could probably wear that too.
You could probably knit one for yourself too.
No, I can just...
Maybe.
Why put all that effort in?
Well, you have a cardigan that you...
I live in my cardigan.
That you enjoy quite a bit.
I do. Yeah. Okay. How many more do you have?
1, 2, 3.
I have 3 as well.
All right, so you go.
Okay. This next one is my Twists and Turns by Stephen West. This is living in just the canvas bag from the shop hop 2 years ago. I'm not sure where I left off last time, but I don't think that I've I think that I was still working on finishing the straps, the second strap.
Yes.
So I have finished the second strap, and I have knit one of the panels, and now I'm working on the second panel. So the yarn management here is a little extreme. So, oh God. It's all sorts of twisted, get it? Twisted and turned. Okay. All right, good. So this is the Twists and Turns shawl by Stephen West. So I finished the second strap and knit one full panel there of the stripes, which is neat because the stripes have the darker color is a garter,
Yeah.
and then the lighter color is a stockinette. So it kind of pops out. I don't know if you can kind of see a little bit. It gives it a little bit more depth. I just love my colors together, and this is really what prompted me to continue to knit on this. Is just I just love how they all work together.
Yeah.
So I finished that. I finished the second stripe here, that like landing strip kind of thing, and I just started doing the striped section on that side. So you're going across and you're picking up stitches along here as you're decreasing. So it'll create that kind of peak. So I can probably finish that. My goal is to have this finished by the next podcast, but I probably won't do that. So that's what I have so far. These colors are gorgeous.
Yeah, they
the
really
yarn,
are. Who had the same ones? Martin, right?
Martin.
From Knit 365.
Knit 365. So the yarns that I'm using is La Bien-Aimée, and in these three colors, which is gorgeous. This I don't even want to try. So, oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, I forget the names of yours.
It's okay. The orange, that beautiful rust color, is called Rust.
Look at you.
Look at that. This is on her Merino Super Sock base, 425 meters, 465 yards, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Rust. The darker color is called Toki, which means like mountain rabbit.
Okay.
And the lighter color is called Driftwood Graffiti.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm actually really excited that I did not frog it. Oh my gosh, there's a crochet hook in here for fixing mistakes. There were some mistakes made.
That's okay. That's okay.
But it's all good. So that is the Twists and Turns mystery knit along that ended like months ago.
I know. All right. Next up is my 4-point baby blanket by Pearl Soho. I'm knitting this out of Pearl Soho Buttercup Cotton, and I believe this is lilac. So I've just made a little progress, about an inch, maybe an inch and a half on it. I do this, I've actually been using this or doing it during knit night.
Yeah.
For the most part. If I don't have anything else that's super easy that I can knit on, I'll cast this on. So it's going to have 4 sections. Each one's going to be a different color. I haven't chosen the other colors yet. It's a free pattern. And here, this is what it would look like. Something similar to that. So you're just going to knit 4 separate triangles, and you pick up as you go for each section. Yeah. I love Buttercup Cotton. So
yeah, we have quite a bit of it.
And this is knit on, I'm using my Mindful needles from Knit Picks, or Knitter's Pride rather. And this is on the US 3.25 millimeter.
Nice.
And
Lovely.
it's living in a Twinkle and Twilight bag. Perfect for a shawl, small projects. Beautiful.
Beautiful. I have... Okay. I'm going to save the one that we did last night.
Yep.
The next one is a crochet project, which is why I brought out this trusty mug that I got before I was a knitter that says "Too legit to knit." Take a sip. Oh, there's nothing left. Gosh darn it. Okay, this is living in my large chip basket, which hopefully soon their shop will be live. This will be from the Fiber Hustle shop. I'm not quite sure. This is like a prototype. But we have them linked down below. If you go to fiberhustle.com, you can put in your email address and get emailed when they are ready to go. So this, I'm knitting a total of 3 baby blankets, or crocheting. A total of 3 baby blankets. And I used this pattern years and years ago for our nephew. It's a free pattern. It's called the Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket. It's a 12-point star. It's by Celeste Young. It's using worsted weight. You can adapt this pattern to use any weight of yarn. And you use 6 colors, I believe. Maybe 7. I'm not quite sure.
7.
And I wanted to do rainbow. So I made some purchases from Joann's. This is a combination of work in progress as well as a showing my whip. So I'm crocheting all of this out of Karen's Simply Soft. That's what I did the previous version, and I felt that it was very soft and very very drapey. So I chose a whole bunch of colors. I definitely, I'll go through them, but I'll show you what I have so far. This is using a H hook, 5mm crochet hook. These are my favorite crochet hooks. This is the Clover Amour, I think, set.
Yes.
I tried on a couple of different hooks and I just keep going back. So this is what I have so far.
Very nice.
Cute, right?
Yeah, and I like that you didn't go like traditional rainbow.
No, so I wanted to kind of, I mean, obviously you have your, I did choose red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple,
right,
but in kind of different shades. I almost wish that I went a little bit softer on the green because it's for a baby, but
I think we have it.
Like a limeade. I think we might too, but it's okay. I'm going to go with it. So this is what I have so far. It's going to be, 12-pointed star. It's a very, very easy pattern. I had some difficulty in the beginning because I think I was just reading too far into it when you got to the end to join. I actually think I just got to the... Oh, so here... So when you get to this point to join, this is the start of a new section. It has you slip the stitch, do a slip stitch, and then do another slip stitch. I was getting confused as to where to put them. There was a really nice video that I found in there that... Why is this... Oh, yeah. I found a really nice video that does that for me, or showed me exactly how to do it, and I'll see if I can find it and link it down below if anybody's interested. But it is a very easy pattern. It's just all you need to know is slip stitches and double crochets. And yeah, I think it's really cool. And so for the 3, I'm going to do the same color scheme, the same red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, same rainbow, but in between on all 3 of the blankets, I'm going to do something different. So this one is the gray. I have white for another one, and I have black for the other one. So the colors I have, this is the red, which is just called red. And this is all acrylic worsted weight. The orange is pumpkin. The yellow, if you're interested, is sunshine. Cute, right? I was also a little limited with what they had in stock that would be shipped to me. The green that I'm using right now is Kelly green. Because I think it was... Yeah, I think this is going to look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The blue is... This is probably one of my favorites. Country blue. So that's going to be the blue.
Yeah, it's a nice blue.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. And then the purple is a really deep plum perfect is what it's called. And then, like I said, the I'm doing the gray is just called Feathered Gray. When I get to the black, I think is just like a black, and the white is just white. Let's just see. So I have all those
black,
plus.
The white is white.
I bought a whole bunch of yarn. It was super. It was on sale. It was really like cheap. I think it was like $3 a skein. Plus, I got free shipping from Joann's. See this sign? Joann's. The white is called White. There
Wow,
right
that's
there.
original.
Yep, and the black. Oh, great. The black is called Black.
Whoa, who would have?
Right?
Man, that
So,
person needs a raise.
I know. It has just been so much fun crocheting again.
And you've crocheted that pretty quick because you just
I just
cast on this week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So this is the and I like it because it is, you know, it's drapey. It's not that very
it's not stiff
stiff
or
you know.
scratchy.
Right.
It's good for a baby.
I think it'll be good for a baby. Mm-hmm. Well, I know it'll be good for a baby.
Yeah.
So that's that. It's like I said, it's living in my little chip basket, and you'll be seeing a lot of those, 3 of them to be exact.
All right, next up, this is living in another bearded pearl bag of mine, which has a whole ton of buttercup cotton in it.
Buttercup cotton.
So I was in the mood to do a dishcloth, so I just decided to do my own thing. I'm going to take it out, though, and redo
Really?
it. Yeah, I didn't realize I picked up stitches wrong. So I literally use buttercup cotton washcloths every day.
Yeah.
So I knit them on a US 3, which is a 3.25 millimeter. And what I wanted to do was do one with an I-cord all the way around it. So I did an I-cord with 35 times, which once you get to the end of doing that, you have 3 stitches on your needle. I picked up 34 stitches along my I-cord. And then from my cast-on edge, I picked up 3 stitches. I'm literally just following what Stephen West does for
His shawls.
like I-cord cast-on.
Yeah.
But I realize now that I picked up the I-cord here. You can see I picked it up incorrectly. It's not as clean looking as that side. So I'm going to rip it out, pick it up correctly, and then I'm just going to knit some whatever my desired length is. And then I'll bind off in an I-cord. And when I get to 6 stitches, I'm going to do a 3-stitch I-cord, make a 3-inch loop, and then graft them together to make a loop in one corner of it.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the progress, like see how it...
Yeah, I think it would give it a little more structure.
Yeah.
What I find with knitting, for instance, like, I don't know if it's with the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth one, but I've knit the Half and Half washcloth by Pearl Soho, and I love it. It's garter stitch. But what I find is that it, like, I don't know, it gets wonky, especially with garter stitch. So I figured doing an I-cord on it would give me a little more structure and allow it to keep its shape better. Which, I mean, I know it's just a washcloth, like who cares? But
you use it.
I wanted to try something different.
And we use them every day.
And yeah, I thought it could be a good little washcloth to make. So who knows? So that's it. Not much progress, just another cast on. And then I have one more.
Me too.
All right.
And they're the same ones. Okay.
So
I'll pull up the
you
pattern.
pull it up because you have the iPad. Please.
Use.
So when we were at Vogue Knitting Live, we stopped at the Kelborn Woolens booth, and they have beautiful yarn. Again, I've knit with the Lucky Tweed, which I love, and we saw this yarn, which we had never seen in person or touched, and they had a sample, which, you know, it goes a long way to help selling a product, and it sold us. So we
Suckers
bought...
for samplers. This is the pattern Moreau Lake. It's a beautiful mitt by Kate Gagnon Osborne. It's one of those, what's those?
It's kind of like a Selbu style
kind of, yeah.
mitt, it looks like.
It's gorgeous. So yeah, we kind of
All of us.
yeah, posse at the ready decided to buy
Some of their yarn.
to each get one.
So the base is called Camper. It's a fingering weight base. It's 50 grams. The skeins were $9, which you literally can't go wrong with a $9
Totally.
skein of yarn.
Yep.
So I purchased navy. And I also bought driftwood heather.
So I also bought driftwood heather, and then I got ocean heather. So these were my two colors.
The pattern itself only comes with one size. It will fit in 8.25 inch circumference, and the length is 11.25 inches, I think. And we got together last night. I did not cast on prior to arriving.
You did the right thing because we said we were going to cast on together.
And here's our progress.
Oh.
So it starts with a cast on in a Latvian braid, which is the first time we've done that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Super easy to do.
Totally.
It takes a little finagling, but once you get it, you get it. And I think it's a really fun detail on it.
I do too. And it's stretchy.
The back.
Yeah, the back is neat.
So you and Kate got
this
a
will
little
be the
further along than I
inside of
did.
your hand.
Right.
And then this will be the outside.
Yeah, it's just a fun
Yeah.
fun pattern. I mean, I can't tell you when we tried it on.
I'm glad. So seeing this now in the light is definitely a little bit better.
Were concerned last night.
I was
stitches
concerned.
Looked weird.
Yeah, that the contrast wasn't high enough.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I think I'm good too. So we're knitting these differently. I'm using 9-inch circular needles.
I'm using Magic Loop.
Yes, and this is knit on a US 1.5 2.5 millimeter needle. Right?
No.
What?
It's supposed to be knit on a 2.75.
Ruh-roh. But I got gauge.
So then,
should I take this out and do it again?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 2.75. That's why I was able to at least maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
No, you're probably right.
No, I'm probably wrong. Let's double check.
I think it's supposed to be a US 2.5. Well, either way, we both got gauge.
It's a US 2.75.
US 2.75?
I mean, jeez. A US 2, a 2.75 millimeter.
I think my needles were in the wrong case.
So, either way.
Look how little these guys are. No wonder why I was struggling a little bit. But I got gauge, didn't I?
I don't remember. I'm tighter. I'm at 7 inches over. I'm at 7 stitches an inch. It should be 7.25, I think. I don't know. I forget. You're supposed to do 29 stitches over 4 inches, and I think I was at 7, and that equates to 7.25. Kate was at 8, and I forget where you were. I thought you were 7 also. It's okay.
What do I do, though? Do you think these will fit me? Should I go up a needle size?
I don't know. I thought you were going to go up a needle size anyways because your hand is larger.
Slightly larger than the pattern.
So you were going to go up to like a 3 to try to accommodate for that, since there's no there isn't a larger size. So it's up to you. You're not that, I mean, you're far along kind of ish.
So now that I am seeing this together, I'm definitely liking it. So I would, and I was thinking like if they don't fit me, I can give them away. But now that I see it, I kind of want them for myself.
Well,
so I'm going to take it out.
What I would do first is I would put it on. I would go Magic Loop, see how it feels, and then determine what you're going to do. Because if you're getting gauge, if it fits well, and you have to take into account that once you block it, you can get it to grow a little bit more. You don't want to stretch out your stitches that much.
Yeah.
But it may work for you. But you're going to have a hard time figuring that out on the 9-inch circ. You should probably put it on a longer.
Yeah,
I'll put
it on like waist yarn or something.
Put it on barber cord.
Yeah.
And then just kind of see how it would fit.
Okay.
Before you take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you might be all right. Because you are a loose knitter anyways.
Yeah.
So it may be okay for you.
It looks nice though.
Yeah, I don't have as much, but
like I love the contrast and like how different but the same.
Right.
And Kate's is beautiful. She has a beautiful like green.
Yeah. And
like a tan or something.
What's nice is that it's like a little business in the front, right? You have to concentrate and then you kind of just go nuts and it's party in the back and you can just fly through that. So
yeah.
That's why I enjoy Magic Loop for something like this because I have my pattern on the front needle and then the easy stuff on the back, so I can just fly through.
I just have 2 different stitch markers, and we do our color work a little bit different as well. I hold the yarn in 2 different hands when I'm doing color work. So my contrast color or the accent color that I want to pop out is in my left hand, so that'll push out the contrast color and leave this as my background. And so I'll continental.
And I can't do that. I do one hand. I drop my yarn.
Yep. To each their own, right? Everybody has their own way. I'm a little bit bummed about this. I'm gonna have to try it on.
Yeah.
I want it to be. I don't want to give this away now because it looks really good.
I mean, if it's, yeah. I was gonna say
there's just no, and I couldn't.
You could buy more yarn if you need it.
I know. I'm also wondering if I had an opportunity because like there's no other opportunity to add stitches because it's charted, but I'm wondering if I ever needed to add stitches, I add them to the back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So because the front will be framed anyway. So if I needed to go up, not just a needle size, but add a couple of stitches, I would do.
You could do 2 to 4 back there, and then you could.
Yeah.
You
and
just
then
have
the chart would still be the same on the front because it's very symmetrical in the front, so I don't want to screw that part up. But I would have to do it there.
You would just have to figure out thumb gusset and knitting the thumb.
Yeah.
Because the thumb, I believe, is in the same pattern as the back.
Yeah, which I could probably do that because even if the front pattern doesn't go all the way here, it just ends in here, it could still be surrounded by the other one. Might be okay. Anyway, all right, well, I'm glad that we had that conversation.
Yeah.
I just wish we had it last night or yesterday when I cast these on. This is living in beautifully ice dyed bag by Carrie, our friend from the Creative Obsession. She dyed these bags and made them for us, or dyed the fabric and made bags for us at Rhinebeck.
I haven't chosen a bag for mine. I have to go pick one.
This is gonna be my bag for this.
Nice.
I know.
So that is the end of the knitting content. Before we jump into Owl Post and Break in the Bank, I'll just talk about some yarn dyeing.
Okay, and I'll go grab your books.
Okay.
How's that?
So, we did have a shop update after the last episode.
Have to tinks.
Okay. So thank you to anybody who made a purchase.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. It's fun to do the shop updates, and I've been having some fun dyeing and trying out some new tonals, which has been my focus for I don't know, maybe the past 2 weeks or weekish. But in the shop currently, we have some of these left. We have, so this is Fancy Flannel. This one's DK. It's a 4-ply 100% superwash, and this is 75/25 sock yarn. Then we have Roasty Toasty. And Iron Mountain. Actually, let's do this. Iron Mountain. I think this one's a one of a kind. It is. It's some blue with some blue speckles and gray speckles. This one I ended up calling Graham Cracker. So somebody had asked too, and I sent a picture to them, wondering if this Graham Cracker would go with this, which is Steampunk, and it kind of picks up some of the gold tones in it and a little bit of the brown, so I thought those would be pretty together. And then this one is called Coral. most of that's 75-20, all of it's 75-25 actually, I think, with the exception of the DK one I showed. And then these are not in the shop. They'll be in the shop the next update. And these are some tonals. So this is a really, I mean, look at this blue, guys. I love this. So the story with this is I've been mixing colors and seeing what happens. So I mixed 2 of the blues that I have, and I got this beautiful shade. This was in a different color called Bejeweled. And I saw it and was like, oh, let's see if I could turn it into a tonal. And I think it came out really, really good.
Oh, God. This room.
And then this one, I mixed a yellow and a tan, a very light tan, just to soften it up a little bit. It's pretty, pretty. And then this, I mixed an orange and a blue. And I got this beautiful, like, brown, orangey, almost rust, but not. I love this color. I'm going to dye this up, actually, as on 75-25. And I'm going to pair it with this, I think. I wore my Coffee Talk socks last night.
Yeah.
And I really like them, so I was like, oh, I should do another pair. So I'm thinking of doing it out of fancy flannel, and this is my heel, toes, and cuffs. Mm-hmm. So maybe.
You know what? Why don't we split that, and I'll do a skein of yarn as well that might also go with that.
Oh, maybe.
Of yours, and we could just share that as contrasts.
And this red, I mixed a red and a purple that I have.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
And this is a really, like I want to say, almost cranberry.
Oh, cranberry,
like sometimes I look at it and I see cranberry. It leans a little purple sometimes.
Uh-huh. Depending on the lighting.
Yeah, but I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's true to color.
Yeah, I have a couple more that I've been playing around with. Like I mixed a gray and a green,
a little chill.
A yellow and a blue, and I did a. What else did I do? Yellow, blue, and I mix. Oh, and then I mixed the yellow with something else. A brown. Mm-hmm. That's right. And then this, I was trying to recreate something I made a while ago, but the place I buy the dye from, they haven't had the dye powder available. So Nancy gave me a tip on how to try to recreate it and said it is pretty similar. So I've been messing around with it. I had a skein a colorway called Ocean Jasper.
Yeah.
There is like this gold color in the original skein that was a little more vibrant than this from the pictures that I saw. I still like this. It's funny that you said I was going to do like a driftwood something for this. So it has a brown, a yellowish in here somewhat, and then a blue. So I don't know. I'm going to mess around with it more, but I do have this. I might call it driftwood something.
Yeah, or just call it driftwood. It's really nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
All right. And that's what I've been dyeing.
Lovely.
So now on to, let's go a little breaking the bank. No, that's a lie. Owl post.
Owl post.
We did get 2 things, I think. 3 things.
I have an owl post that wasn't mailed to us.
That wasn't mailed to us?
Right, it was hand delivered to me. I haven't seen these.
No, you haven't seen this. So this is from Christine and Susan.
Oh, I'm doing this.
Right, who we met at BKL. And look at this little sheepy
needle felting kit.
This is from Nola Fiber Creations.
Ooh, fun.
I know Ray hasn't seen these yet.
No, I haven't.
So
there's 2 of them. We can do one.
Yeah. So, oh yeah.
Or I can do both.
Right? Super cute. So thank you.
Are these needles intended to be the felting? Or,
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That might be for the legs.
That's what I thought. I thought maybe for legs. Because one of them has legs. The other one is kind of like laying down.
Okay.
Right? Super cute.
Oh, this is so nice. Thank you so much. That's really
thank
cute.
You. Yeah, we got to see them at Vogue, so that was very nice. We appreciate this. Super cute.
Aw, thank you.
And then next up, you didn't see this either, was from
I didn't.
Our friend Olivia.
I heard about it though.
So Olivia watched
Oh, I love
our...
Olivia. She is
I
so
know.
sweet. I can't even.
Here, she watched our tasting video.
Am I going to cry if I read this?
No, I don't think so. And her husband watched... She had her husband watch it too. And then she sent us some lovely treats, which I haven't even opened all these because we do a lot of it the day of, right? So I believe these are all from... They're all from her hometown in Portugal. Like, hello. I love a good, like, cracker biscuity type of thing.
From her hometown in the Ozarks?
No. Not Ozarks.
Portugal.
I don't think that says Ozark, though. Because that's Q...
Ozor. Oh, I don't know. My brain just went somewhere.
Some cookies. And some...
Agorian?
Some chocolates.
Agorian? I don't know.
This one looks like it's coffee. Has some coffee flavored because it looks like coffee beans. This is chocolate and milk. Strawberry.
A chorus.
And maybe pomegranate. Maybe pomegranate?
Wait, I missed everything that you just showed.
Oh. Chocolates.
Is this strawberry?
Yeah. And then look at these cookies.
Ooh.
Well, these are cookies. These look like maybe crackers.
Oh, I'm starving.
I'm so hungry.
Do you want to try one of these? I just want an excuse to eat something. Oh, Olivia, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Olivia.
This is maybe coffee.
Yeah, that's a coffee bean. And this one I'm wondering, do you think pomegranate?
Pomegranate?
Those could be pomegranate seeds, but I don't think so. Maybe I could read the back.
No, I cannot.
Passion fruit.
Oh.
So
where
it
do you
says
see
flavored
that? Oh,
passion
flavored
fruit bar.
coffee bar. Hey, since I finished my coffee, let's just try a little. I'm going to try a little nibble. Just want a little nibble.
And this just says chocolate bar. Oh, so this is plain chocolate.
Okay. Oh, look, it's already broken in half. Oh, it smells lovely.
Which one are you trying?
Coffee.
Oh, okay.
Mmm.
Let's see.
Oh, I love food. Okay.
Oh,
I know.
that's delicious.
We have leftover Chinese food. Thanks, Kate.
So that,
I have one.
the owl post I had.
So, my boss, who's also my friend,
Don't talk.
that
with
was
your mouth full.
divine. Went to Iceland and brought me back some yarn.
That's very sweet.
Wasn't that so thoughtful?
Yes.
And she didn't really know anything about Icelandic yarn or, you know, what I would like. 3 guesses what she brought back.
What do you think? From Iceland.
From Iceland.
What kind of yarn?
Let Lopi. Which I'm so excited about because there's a sweater from them that I want to do. And I just need to... Now, I have all my... Wait till you see all the colors. This is all the color work that I'm probably going to need. And then I just need to get like a main color. And I'm good to go. So she got me 2 skeins of each. This is Let Lopi. And, you know, I love my sweater. My Lopi sweater. This is... Oh, I don't think that they have actual names on them.
No, they have the names on their website.
So
not
this
the
is
actual
color
things.
51, which is kind of like a white,
Yeah.
creamy kind of color. There's a little bit of a yellow, but I don't know if it's from our lights.
I would say from our lights.
Yeah. So I got 2 of those. 2 of this light gray, heathery looking one. This is color 56.
I actually think that's the color from my sweater.
It might be. And then this like brown.
That might be from your sweater.
This is color 867. So I think all 3 of these are gonna look really nice together. Don't you think?
It depends because you have the brown and it will.
I know, but
right?
I think the brown.
It depends how you use them.
Yeah,
You'll have
so
to mess around.
the sweater, which is really cool, it's their anniversary sweater. I think it might be called anniversary sweater. It's really neat because you can kind of choose where you want to put the colors in, like, what styles. Like, it came with like 4 or 5 different colorwork sections. Let me just move that so you can see. This is called, Anniversary. Oh my god, get away. Close. This is Anniversary. I believe this was free, to be honest. And so the colors that you got, the colorwork patterns, there's charts for all different.
Oh, nice.
All the different ones, and they show you the sweater next to it, so you can kind of choose, which version. So I think the brown might look good as that background.
Yeah.
And kind of do the white there. So I just need to choose a colorwork pattern that I like. But I thought that this was really clever using this yarn, or with this pattern, because you can really choose the four different things.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's Anniversary. I think I like that one.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There we go. So that was really, really sweet of her. She had no idea, but I love it. Right from Iceland. I don't know if this is a store in Iceland.
They sell it at like the airport.
I know. We have it here too in the U.S., but I'm not going to try. That's the word.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
We do have one more thing, but we're going to wait till the next podcast to show it because it's also going to be a giveaway.
Yes.
So we already have a giveaway this time. So we'll do for next time. We'll have another giveaway. Boy, we're just like giving away things on every episode.
All right. And now we're going to
Breaking the Bank.
All right. So mine's a non-knitting one, but it's a funny story. So,
do this now?
Yeah. I've been...
Where's the rest of the chocolates?
They're away.
While you're talking. Is there anything left in there? Oh, yeah, there is.
So, I have been watching on YouTube a channel called Anti-Chef, and it is this guy, Jamie, who wanted to get better at cooking, so he's been recording his progress for the past couple years. One of his main influences is Julia Child's Mastering the Art of French Cooking. I was not feeling well one day when I was watching it, and I didn't think, and I have purchased Julia Child's Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
So random.
Volumes 1 and 2. So I will be delving into these and making some recipes. I will be making my first one next week.
Which, now this makes a little bit more sense. Kevin's
Julia.
face on Julia's body.
We'll be making a chocolate almond cake that is in one of these books.
And then when we have the posse over for dinner,
I will make something else from one of these books. But if you like watching cooking, watch it. Again, it's Anti-Chef. I love it. It cracks me up.
The name of his channel is Anti-Chef. The segments that we watch is Jamie and Julia, is what he calls it.
And
he's got some other ones too, but
I've watched a few of those.
It's great.
It's entertaining. It's 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's really great.
Yeah, I love it.
I like him a lot.
All right, so that was one break in the bank.
Yep, and I only have 2 more things, and that's from Knit New Haven.
Me too.
Yeah, I showed my yarn I got from Joann's, and yeah.
Okay. I don't remember what you bought. Oh yeah. Okay. And then, all right, so we might as well do this.
Yeah, we got the same
stuff.
So,
2 skeins of Kelborn Woolen Scout. It's the only base I feel like I haven't knit with.
Yeah.
I've done the Lucky Tweed. We have the Camper now. And this is a new base at Knit New Haven.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for Brooklyn Tweeds, Hayloft,
right,
and their loft base to do a Eno hat. So I think I'm going to do an Eno hat out of this. And then I think this is going to be a hatch hat.
Oh my gosh.
And that's my... Oh, and I bought some Euclid eucalyptus because you can never have too much Euclid.
We have to go back to Knit New Haven.
Why?
Because I want another skein of this so I can do Stephen West hat. The basket weave one.
Or you could order online too.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
No, because we're not allowed to do that, remember?
Okay.
Oh, shoot. The only reason we bought things at Knit New Haven was because it was a trunk show.
It was a trunk show. It was an event.
Or it was an event.
It was an event.
I got teal heather. which is my color.
And I totally...
Isn't that beautiful?
This is called
I'm all about the blues lately.
Yeah, this is sunflower heather, and this is pewter heather.
Yeah. But, I mean, these look really nice together.
Yeah.
The sunflower and the blue?
Yep.
That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe you should let me have that. We don't have any more of this, though, do we?
No. It's the first time I've seen it in person.
Okay.
So.
I'm sure we have a skein. I'm sure I can use a skein for my stash.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. Let's just do that.
I'm glad we talked that out.
So this was that. And then you're done?
I'm done.
And then the last thing is the kit that I bought myself from Going Gnome. It's an advanced kit. A little nervous, but it's so cool.
It's really cute.
I got the dragon. I got it in blue. They had blue, red, or purple. And I decided on the blue. So isn't he cool?
Yeah.
Right? So everything's included in this bag. So I don't know when I'm going to start this, but it's large. It's definitely going to be a large kit. It's
10 inches long.
10 inches. That's what she said. It's the same size as my chainsaw.
I had no idea where you were going with that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's going to be adorable.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
All right. And last up is...
It comes with crystals. I don't know where to put the crystals.
For the eyes.
Oh, maybe inside there?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, that's neat.
And last up is what we've been reading and watching. So watching it's been Anti-Chef, honestly. Anti-Chef, The Last of Us, fantastic, FYI.
So good.
And a little bit of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We had never watched that animated show, so we've watched about 10 episodes of that, I think.
We've been really into this Star Wars game on our phones.
Yeah.
Called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
So we've just been in a Star Wars kick.
Yeah.
And then reading, I finished 2 books. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, I actually got to pull them up because I forgot. So, I finished reading Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. So, that, if you couldn't tell by Sorcery of Thorns, is a fantasy novel. The main character, Elizabeth, yes, is a apprentice in the Great Libraries. The Great Libraries hold grimoires that are, in this world, they can turn into beasts if they're not contained and like kind of controlled.
Yeah.
And she meets a sorcerer who is of the Thorn family. He is a necromancer. And this follows them and kind of the unraveling of what they've always known, or she's always known, like what she's been told her entire life has kind of unraveled before her.
Yeah.
She was an orphan, and orphans are the only ones who become these apprentices in the Great Libraries, who then kind of work their way up and they can become wardens to keep these grimoires under control. It was really, the magic in it was cool. The grimoires were awesome. The story was really fun. I like that it was
neat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that it was just one book. It wasn't a whole trilogy. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was I loved Elizabeth, her character.
Yeah.
Throughout it. I liked her growth through it. And also, I don't remember his name. Thorn. I don't remember his first name.
Christopher.
And they're young. They're like 18 in the book, I want to say. And then I came across a new series to me, and I finished reading the first book, which is called Legend. It's by Marie Lu. It is in the same like vein of like a Hunger Games or a Maze Runner, but it's so like literally so good. I just wanted to keep reading it. Your characters are Day, who's a 15-year-old male, and June, a 15-year-old female. And they come from opposite sides of the track. She comes from a wealthy background. He comes from a poor family. And
He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
This takes place in the future. The U.S. has been split up. There are the colonies and the Republic. They live in the Republic area in Los Angeles, to be exact. And kids at the age of 10 years old, they go to these trials. And it's a physical, a mental, or a physical one, an interview, and a test, like an actual, like, multiple choice test. And they get graded as if it were like the SATs. The max score you could get is 1,500. You find out June has scored a 1,500, so she's this prodigy, and everybody loves her. Day is the most wanted criminal by the Republic. And their worlds kind of clash in this, and they're both highly intelligent. It's very smart. Mm-hmm. Their observations of things is very smart, and Day, the way he navigates the city, and it's just fun. It's fun. There's bad stuff that happens, but it's so good. I just wanted to keep reading this book. So I've started the second book. I read 2 chapters last night. It's called Prodigy. It is a trilogy, so I'm just going to keep reading this until I'm done. There's a 4th book that was released afterward that's like a prequel, I think. Mm-hmm. So I may read that too. And that's...
I know. I'm going to read the series that... I'm going to read that series after you.
Oh.
Or after I'm done with this.
What I really loved about reading the first book, and I read it on the Kindle, is... for the chapters, depending on whose perspective it was coming from, they changed the font and the boldness of it. So I would go to a lighter, smaller font, and I knew I was reading from June's perspective. And then the darker, bolder one, I knew I was reading from Day's, which was really actually helpful. But they didn't continue it in the second book, I don't think. I was quite tired last night, so I don't really remember.
I was tired last night, too.
I was exhausted.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's so enjoyable. Yeah. I love the book.
I'm continuing the Druid series. It's by Jeff Wheeler. I finished the Druid and the Hunted. It is the Dawning of Muirwood trilogy. So I finished books 1 and 2, and I'm currently reading the 3rd book called The Betrayed. And that is the last in the series. Apparently it's a prequel to that other series that he has about Muirwood, which I might, I might continue. One. You do?
In my
Did you read
library.
it yet or no?
No.
So, it's really cool. You follow the main character, and she is a wretched. So basically, has no parents. Parents kind of gave her up. Supposed to have like no magical abilities. Very, very poor. Kind of, lives that like servant style like lifestyle. And then until they're age 18, they don't really kind of belong to themselves. I know that sounds really bad. It's not really that intense, but I don't know how else to describe it. They are committed to working. Servitude, kind of. So the world is definitely full of like magic and accessing, they call it the medium. And that's kind of like the universe and like magic. And it's, very well known. You have abbeys and maesters. It's not a maester. It's like a maestrin or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what they call it, but it's like the head, magic person for each of these abbeys. It's kind of almost like a religion, but it's corrupted now. And it's moving, magic is kind of moving a little bit away from that natural, like, druids, and there's a split. So basically she realizes that she's strong in the medium, is what they say, and she can kind of do some magic. She is assigned to take care of or watch over one of these druids that are captured. The druids and the Maestrin Order are enemies. And so they've captured this druid, and she has to kind of almost like take care of him, like bring him food and different things because he's a prisoner of theirs. Come to find out, he's actually a more important person. I'm not going to give away anything, but more important person than he originally seems. She starts learning how to really kind of control her connection to the medium. And what's really neat about magical systems and like kind of what you were talking about is with this one, you have a connection to the medium kind of on different levels, but there are words of power, which are like sacred words in this sacred language that if you're strong on the medium, you can kind of be trained to say these words and to understand what they mean and then make things happen. And so she started learning how to say some of these words. And one of the really cool powers or words of power is the ability to understand and speak any language.
Oh.
So she would say this word and be able to fully speak and understand, whomever that she's speaking to. So their adventures have taken them to kind of another world, which that power is definitely coming in handy because you're on a whole nother world.
It's like a whole nother planet.
Or
they're like dimension.
They're not. They're like different. They're just considered different worlds. Like you cross into like through a mirror.
Okay.
Thing into a different world. But you can't trade people in that world. You can only visit for a certain amount of time. If you stay there, it kind of breaks down. You can't come back. But it's like a soul for a soul. There needs to be a balance. I don't know. It's really interesting. It's not as complicated as it sounds. I'm trying not to give away a lot of things, but you can have items and like magical items go from one world to another and kind of stay there. So they're on a hunt for one of those things, and chaos ensues. There's a little love in there. Nothing.
No
pornographic at all. Very, very nice. I think there was only one smooch.
Okay. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So hopefully we can mash our two videos together.
Mm-hmm. We will.
If we can't, we'll record again tomorrow.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will. So thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, and please do not forget about our giveaway.
Just use gnome.
Use the word gnome, and you can get this little guy here, plus a foam pad, so that you could do your own needle felting. And for those winners that we read earlier, please, we will contact you. If you see this ahead of time, you can certainly email us.
Yeah, and we'll also we'll reply to your comment on YouTube.
Which I think we probably already did.
Well, we did, but we'll tell them when they're a winner.
Sure.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for watching. We hope that you guys have a good 2 weeks, and we'll catch you in a fortnight. Bye.
Bye.